Freedom. What does that really mean? We have come a long way, persevering many obstacles despite being enslaved physically and mentally. Having God's favor, African American people have a powerful heritage of overcoming these various obstacles. The gift of music is one of the most powerful tools that has escorted our race through history's timeline, giving us courage to fight and overcome racism, slavery, and a defeated mindset. Today, some African Americans either have forgotten the history of where they've come from or haven't been educated with the knowledge of how hard people fought to overcome these obstacles. Slavery is a mindset that has to be defeated in any human, whether white, black, yellow, or any other nationality. We see how the power of the media has, whether it's TV, music, or the internet, in controlling and shaping the thoughts of many in a positive or negative vein. We hate to admit it, but everything we hear and see is not good for us. We desire to be free and do everything we want. However, the opposite is taking place to enslave our minds and control our actions. This fight for freedom is deeper than it appears on the outside. It's a fight against mindsets, our wills, spiritual forces, and things we can't see. In order to have true freedom, the battle must take place in the spiritual battlefield. Today, we can't continue to let what others say and do keep us in a state of spiritual slavery. That's the lessons we need to learn in order to live free in the world. Physically, we could be incarcerated, plagued with life-threatening illnesses, or even living in deplorable conditions and still be free in our spirit. Only God is able to help us overcome this spiritual slavery that is trying to ruin the lives of many. This condition has the potential to affect the lives of anyone. Not only African American people, but anyone in this world is capable to fall into this trap. We are all in the same boat. Some of us don't even realize that we're still enslaved. So let's not forget the blood, sweat, and tears our forefathers went through to make life better for us. It's time for us as a people to stand up for our rights, but in a way that we don't blame others for the things we can control ourselves. As one songwriter states, we shall overcome someday. When will that day be? For some people, this message resonates clearly, but for others, the message is camouflaged by many distractions. While we celebrate the freedom of slaves from a cruel and brutal political systems, we embark on a far more sophisticated battle within ourselves to experience true freedom. I remember seeing a television ad when I was growing up that said, "A mind is a terrible thing to waste." The phrase, "let freedom ring," in which Martin Luther King made famous, reminds me how it is important for us to realize that many factors influence our ability to experience this true freedom. My take on Martin Luther King's speech would be, let freedom ring in our educational system, when students are given a fair and equal chance to learn without distraction from policies and hidden agendas of bureaucrats. Let freedom ring in our families, where the structure is in shambles. Clear God-defined roles are obscured by unnatural mindsets. Let freedom ring in our economic system, where people are able to keep their homes and jobs despite the greed of some who steal from the future of many hardworking individuals. And more importantly, Let freedom ring within ourselves, that we have the courage to fight against those forces that try to trap and entangle us to live a defeated and enslaved life, void of true freedom and passion to overcome any obstacle that will sink us in an endless cycle of spiritual slavery. Let true freedom ring in our world as we know. Let's continue to strive to make Martin Luther King's dream become a reality, and just not idle words that are locked away in history books. True freedom begins within us and doesn't let the past, present, or the future dictate what our destiny will be.